Look at Russ talking about he's first. I see you, man. Alright, everybody, the stream will begin shortly. Alright, let's do this thing. Was watching Martin, now your stream, not bad. My name, this guy. Hello. How y'all doing today on this fine Saturday afternoon? About to be evening, even though the sun sets at like 8 p.m. here. Feels like it's just afternoon forever and it's hot as heck. So, I will say it's good to stream today, but just some disclaimers. Today I have my associate with me, so I'll be walking in and out just to assist or hand him things. He's still in the learning curve, so it's cool to like show him stuff when I can, so I'll probably be like stepping away a few times. Do you work on stuff off stream? Yes, I do. I'm on trail. Shoot, a lot of times lately it feels like I work on more stuff off stream than on stream. Alright, let's go ahead with the usual emotes and chat things. What you breaking? Hello, Gene. Hey, Chlorslug. First white tea stream in my white tea. Hey. That's straight Atlanta hip hop right there. So today I'm gonna be doing like some diagnostics on Nintendo Switches. I have 2 of them that I gotta like take a peek at and create like a bomb of everything they need. for a customer, very important customer of mine. So I gotta get that done. I just did that dance. Hey, what's that? I forgot what they call it. But yeah, it's just that snap. It's such an Atlanta thing. Oh, lean with it, rock with it. That's what it's called. You ever see what's wrong with the controller? Montreal, I still haven't been able to reproduce that issue we're seeing, but I have a few more things I want to try. So just a little more patience, man. I'll try to get you an answer soon. I'm just like, I put in the gamepad tester, I try to go through the buttons, nothing. And then I tried it on the PlayStation, nothing. So I'm like, what was happening? I think it's something that's intermittent, so I'm going to give it a little bit more time in testing to see if I can reproduce that issue. I broke my back Mike Tyson style. That's funny. You need a little bit more lisp. You need to add some S's in that chat. Hey, what's up, Max? How you doing, man? But my associate is out there. He's working on a laptop, which he's comfortable working on computers and laptops, so I had him work on that. It was a simple job, just replacing the CMOS battery. Well, it was supposed to be simple. Intermittent? What's that? Oh, when something's intermittent, like it happens sometimes, not all the time. Like, here, let me pull up the definition. Intermittent. It's like something that happens, but not consistently. Like my stream sometimes, sorry. Alright. Occurring, intermittent, and occurring at irregular intervals, not continuous or steady. So sometimes it's hard to reproduce an issue when it's intermittent, meaning it doesn't happen consistently. It's once in a while. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go grab a piece of gum real quick. Alright, so let me hurry up and get this CMOS battery swap. This will be a quick one, then I'll show you guys. Let's go on over to the overhead cam. And I did just recently buy a whole bunch of CMOS batteries. Like a whole pack of them. Like a 50 pack CMOS batteries. Yeah, it has been intermittent. It has been. and I'm sorry about that. Between trying to get more consistent with that by like getting more hands on deck, I think that'll help the most. And then some automation projects I'm working on. Shoot, I may even just need to be realistic and maybe like cut down on like a day or two. It's like I put the controller up for like a month, then it was working perfectly, and then the next day it started messing up again. But if you shake it, you might hear something off in it. Gotcha. Be getting a package delivered. I'm joking, Lil. Make that bread. Yeah, I know you are, but in the back of my head, I'm like, haha. You know that meme with that guy, and then he starts side-eyeing the camera. It's like, haha. But I'm doing that to myself. Not saying you're doing that. I just know like kind of the standard I wanted to hit, and I'm learning that I have to adapt and maybe not be able to stream 4 times a week. Maybe it's a little too lofty. I was wondering about the controller. No, man, not at all, Montreal. I get it. Especially a controller like that, you know? Don't ever feel like the need to apologize when you're asking for updates about your equipment. That just comes with the service industry. That'd be like saying sorry for asking for a refill if you're at a restaurant. It's like, well, what do you expect? Like, I'm eating food, I'm getting a drink, I want a refill. Like, that's not crazy. Now, if you were asking for my social security number, Montreal, then, you know, then you should be apologizing for that. That's a little crazy. Alright, so this one is a little interesting. So it's a CMOS battery that's encased in like a hard heat shrink. I'm gonna have to see about cutting it. And I bet it's that heat shrink with epoxy in it. Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah, and I know it's heat shrink because there's no seams on it. What is your social security number? Just curious. It's 1-800-GO-AWAY.com. That's my social security number. No, I'm playing. Alright, let's see if we can cut this back. And I have more heat shrink that I can use, so I'm not worried about cutting this one. The only thing is this had adhesive to try to hold it to the board. So I may end up using like, I'll just use Kapton on tape. That way it can be removed. I'll tape over it. Where it was on it wasn't so bad. But I want to save these wires. That's what's most important, are these wires here. Because this plug, I can't get another one of that. I can get another battery. Alright, let's see. You know, lately I've been getting a good amount of calls. Welcome back, Leo. Wait. Dang, did you just compare me to Leo Juan? That's disrespectful. I expect a Montreal apology at this point. Alright. We got the casing off. Oh, so they did like tack weld some Omnergy? That's an interesting brand. Never seen that brand. Alright, so I'm gonna see about taking these tabs. You know what? I want to check the voltage on this. Well, I dropped a like. Just let me know when you're working on it. Take your time. Thanks, Montreal. Appreciate you dropping a like. Yeah, everybody, drop a like. I always forget to ask or mention that. Alright, so what we're gonna do before we go any further, I just had to go grab my multimeter because I had it out there. I was showing him something. I want to check the voltage on this guy. You'll get to the controller. Maybe within the next 3 days, Montreal. And I'll have a solid answer for you by then. Alright, so if everybody can see the multimeter, the numbers on it. So these batteries should read 3 volts. Now the customer stated in the upside down. That's funny. Customer stated that the CMOS battery was dead and that needed to be changed, but if we look at the multimeter, it's reading 3.1 volts. So I don't think that was the issue. So kind of ripped the plastic off for no reason, but that's no big deal. I have more heat shrink, like I said. So I wonder what issue he was facing. I mean, since I'm already here, I'm kind of feeling like replacing it anyway. Okay. Save yourself a battery? Oh, save yourself a battery? Yeah, you're not wrong. But what issue was he facing? And the other thing is with this laptop, he didn't give me a charger. So I'm like, I can't turn it on without the charger. Okay, when you have a 50 pack, you can ball out. I agree. Yeah, I found it. It was like, it came out to be like 10 cents a battery when I bought in bulk like that. I'm just curious what the heck he was facing now. That's weird. Alright, let's see if I have a piece of heat shrink that can go over. Nothing in the wiring is exposed. No, it's super straightforward, simple. I'm not seeing any nicks or issues. I wonder if I get it all the way to the pins. Let me check there. That would rule that out if there's some type of internal break, but I doubt it. Oh my gosh, I had it the right way the first time. Huh. That's weird. At the connector, it reads 2.4 volts. What? How's that possible? What? I've never seen anything like that before. That's crazy. So, oh, now it's reading 2.4 volts at the battery. What? I'm not tripping, right? You guys saw it was 3.1 volts earlier, right? And now it reads 3. What? Now it reads 3 again. Alright, I'm just gonna swap it. I thought it might be the wires. Yeah, the wires are fine. I'm just gonna swap it though. I'm not wasting my time trying to figure out like exactly why this thing is tweaking out. Alright, so in order to emulate this CMOS battery with this barrier, I'm gonna put a piece of tape around it. I agree, this is odd, but you're already here, and it took an effort to do. Man, where's my starting line? Oh, here it is. Basically, I'm trying to make like a barrier between the positive and negatives with my tape here. I do see it, but you're still tripping from the wacky socks you wore last stream. Did you appreciate the socks though? They had pineapples on. What do y'all think about pineapples on pizza though? I know there's one person, if he's still in the chat, that does like pineapples on pizza. Alright, we made like a makeshift barrier, which is fine, to emulate the barrier of this black plastic. It's like an insulation barrier between the two sides. Alright, now, I don't know if I can pull these tabs off exactly. Love it? Yeah. Yesterday I had like a... Hey Wolf. Hey Swindon. Went to this really good pizza spot locally, man. Their pizza is top tier. Alright, and I'm going to reuse these tabs as much as I can. I'm just going to solder them onto the battery. To the new battery. I've had to do this before without tabs, and I ended up just using solder braid as my tabs. So if you're ever in a pinch and you need to find a way to get tabs on there, you can use solder braid. Just the thing with batteries is you can't leave heat on there too long. That's when you can run into some problems. And this thing does have enough slack to allow me to still connect it, so that's good. Kiwi on pizza? That's different. If it's in the freezer, I hear you there. But kiwi on pizza? That's crazy. I've seen kiwi in sushi, but never in pizza before. I consider myself a pizza expert. Pineapple pizza is fire. I don't care what anyone says. Hey, me and you, Max, we agree. Oh yeah, my new flux came in. I hope it's legitimate. It's I ordered from Amtech Direct, which is Inventec, and it's like it's this amber color, which I don't know how I really feel about that. Remember, Max, you were asking me about the flux? Kiwi Pizza is diabolical. But you see the color difference? Now, granted, the numbers are different between this tube of Amtech Flux versus this one. This is 213 and this is 559. So, we'll see. I mean, over time as I use this, we'll see how it performs. In fact, I kind of want to start using it now. Uh-oh. Blacklisted spam, man. I just ordered some too. Hey, I hope so, man. I hope it's good too. I almost want to just like use it. These 30cc vials. See how this stuff performs. Interesting. Well, we're about to find out. What number did you get? I ended up going with the NC559V3. So we'll see. Does it have a plastic nozzle instead of a metal one? In fact, it didn't come with any, which I found very annoying. That's why I had to take it from my other thing, my other syringe. It didn't come with any nozzles or plungers. I'm like, yo, what kind of crap is that? So right now it has a plastic one on it from my old one. Alright, let's see how this stuff performs. Capitalism, man, I swear. I'm like, how cheap is that part for them not to include it? It's ridiculous. What is it, Flux? Yes, sir. It's supposed to be genuine Amtech Flux. NC559V3. Dang, stuff doesn't want to stick. I mean, Flux ain't the worst. I just wish I can get a blob on this freaking on this battery. Off compared to genuine? That's what I was thinking. And I'm like, why is it not that like cream looking color? I'm like, I don't know, man. I agree. I agree. Looks like it's not sticking. Here, let me see if I can scratch it up. The Dell guy uses genuine MTech, clearly a different color. Where did you get it? Looks like jeez. I got it from Inventec Direct. Seemed legit. May not be. And why is it such a pain to get genuine Amtech flux? Do you run into issue soldering to the battery instead of spot welding? Yeah, I bet spot welding would be a lot easier. And I typically don't run into this much issue when it comes to soldering to a battery. But then again, I used copper braid last time. Alright. It's your parents buying stuff. Yeah, at this point, like, I didn't realize there was so much, like, issue getting genuine Amtech flux. Well, you can let me know when the problem was, because I'm pretty sure you won't be streaming on it, but thank you for working on it. Of course, man. It's the most imitated. Well, apparently some people say you can shine a UV light on it. Apparently. This is my first time buying from this source. And I figured, you know what? I use enough of it. Let me see about buying at least a little bit in bulk instead of buying it on Amazon. I'm willing to wait. But and apparently this particular like flux is really for BGA. That's what they advertise it. It does clean up pretty well, I will say that. But I guess we'll see. I mean, I'll use it. See how well it does. I need to get a little bit of solder on the battery. And I feel bad applying all this heat. I see why people like tack weld it. You know what? Let's see if it'll make a difference if I use this. Why make a clone of something that's not good? Because it's often imitated. Yeah, from the crazy thing is just I didn't realize how bad it was, like the situation with Amtech Flux, and like how much it's cloned how much there's like counterfeits on there or out there. Oh, so much better. Oh, dang it. I said that. Spoke too soon. This thing keeps detaching. So far, the flux seems to be performing in a way that I'd say is okay. Know what I mean? Alright, battery's starting to get away. Yeah, man, of course. I told you I would, and I stopped by. Tried to keep my word on that one. Yeah, now I know exactly what you were talking about, Dave, with like how difficult the that particular one was. I can't get this thing to solder on. To the point where I think I'm overheating the battery. Alright, I'm gonna let this thing cool off. Human buck being stacked, no diddy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think going forward, Wednesday should be like Wacky Sock Wednesday. Or just like any piece of clothing, really. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna let this battery cool down and see if I can find another way to attach the battery. With that, I will deal with that battery at another time, because this thing is giving me way too much trouble. I wish I had a way to tack weld. That would be sick. Alright. For now, I'm going to move on to the Nintendo Switches. Yeah, just something to basically like get high heat in an immediate spot. Because the thing is with those lithium batteries, you don't want to hold heat on there too long, because then, you know, problems can happen. And you do not want the problems. You don't want that smoke. Nintendo Switches. Alright. So we have 2 Nintendo Switches. A lot of amps, yes. I don't know whether this flux is genuine or not. It seems to work pretty well, but time will tell how I feel about it. Hopefully it's not crap, because I bought a good amount of it. Okay, so this needs... I think they wanted to replace this. Here we have a couple Nintendo Switches that arrived to me, where the customer wanted me to basically do like a full run through of the 2 Switches to make sure that they were okay and like get them basically refurbished. You know what's the worst is when you have so many USB cables, but then when you're looking for one, you can't grab it. Alright, maybe I should reorganize this thing. I'm looking for a USB-C to USB-C cable. Of course, the moment I'm looking for it, I can't find it. Nice, I found one. Alright, I have like a USB-C charger back here. Let's get this one plugged up. And I will be right back. I'm gonna let my guy know. Alright, so you can work on taking this guy apart. Okay, yeah, do your thing. Okay, sounds good. Alright, we're back. Oh, snap. It's Aurelia. I haven't seen her in a while. Those things, the most confusing thing on this planet is Google search. Amtuck and all the pictures have different colors, yeah. Alright, let me get my sticky notes so I can start making a bomb. Not like BOM, not BOMB. Like bill of materials. I don't want that getting flagged somehow. Building a what? BOM, bill of materials, a bomb. Not the bomb, but a bomb. RRR, how's the Xbox? Oh, Russ, you been working on an Xbox lately? Lurking on my tablet. Hey, Ghost Mooner. I've seen the stream just ended from time to time. Oh, no. Need my nail for this one. Okay, so there's an SD card in there, too. The kickstand is okay. My first Series S? Oh, nice. What was wrong with it? All clean up doesn't need to download a game, but cheer. Had a car wash, so I've been waving a signal all morning. Nice, man. To buy another as I really want to fix one. Wait, what kind of issues are you guys facing with these things? Alright, so I think definitely new stick caps, new buttons. The shells are a little rough. I mean, this thing would work. And then we have this switch. Same thing. Okay. I'm curious what was wrong with it. What was it doing? Did it have a short on a voltage rail or HDMI port? Soda down the fan caused corrosion and shorted a cap. I used the Pico A bus to find the fault codes, but honestly, I had majority help from the chat. Major help from the chat. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I have an Xbox Series S that I've been working on in the background that has a short on the 12-volt rail. U480 chip was covered in soda. Gotcha. That's awesome, man. It's always nice to like get those repairs done. Alright, so this thing would benefit from like a shell swap. I've done a shell swap on switches, but man, is it quite a bear. Mine was APU water damage on the V_MEMIO. Pico said it's 2 ICS. 2 ICs. I removed them and separated the line so it goes to RAM and APU only, and short still there. Took all the RAM off, still there. Pulled APU, short gone. Oh, jeez. Yeah, your fault is crazy one. Yeah, that is crazy. What do you do at that point? Are you gonna be willing to like replace the APU? Swindon? Cause that's pretty intense. I don't know if you have the equipment or just the know-how to deal with like BGA component swaps. Alright, I'm just writing some notes here. for my bomb. No, a donor lol. Got like 7 boards now. Haha. Oh, nice. Gotcha. So you just replaced the whole motherboard at that point? Or are you gonna use it as a donor for parts? I'm guessing is what you mean. Never give up. So, alright, it's mainly skill, but sometimes a little luck. Yeah. Alright, so for the blue Joy-Con, I'd say it could use a reshell, but definitely a new stick module. New stick. Okay, the right one. I'll test it for stick drift, but overall, this Joy-Con looks good. Do you have a pick for code reading? Ever heard of it? It's for the Xbox line. I've never used like a Pico drive or Raspberry Pi Pico to do code reading for a Xbox. I do have the UART connection for like a PS5, but I've never used it. I know of that like open source software that's out there, but I've never used it. So far, most of my issues I've been able to figure out with just like buzzing around the motherboard in diode mode, and then also like finding a short or a blown fuse, or injecting voltage to find my short, or usually I get HDMI port repairs. So for that, you don't really need to have a diagnostic. It's pretty obvious. So the top grill is busted. Alright, and while this thing is still charging, I need to do the same for this guy. Gotcha, I get the eBay specialty, you never know what you get. Yeah, true. To test the rails. Alright. That was quick. That wasn't too bad. You know what? Alright, so we have a Nintendo Switch that was water damaged that I want to continue making progress on to see if I can figure out exactly what was wrong with it. I'm just going to have a spare shell, I guess. Gotcha. You see. Alright, let's see if I can show you guys. So this console is definitely water damaged. This should have polka dots. It has dots of dye, but obviously when it gets wet, the dye bleeds throughout. I think the problem's on the other side of the board. Have you guys ever worked on Nintendo Switches yet? People don't forget to lick the like button. Appreciate that. Alright, let me see about this corrosion here. This is a different Nintendo Switch. This one came in because of water damage, and I've just been trying to isolate where that water damage is. What is But there's one Switch Master here in chat. Oh really? Who's the Switch Master? Please let me know. Yeah, you can see like the rust. See that? Or look, just oxidation. I wouldn't say he's a master. Oh really? Is it Swindon, huh? Show me the ways. I know water damage is like a random attack on the board on the PCB. Some of these caps don't look so hot. Like this one. That capacitor, this right side doesn't look too good. He won't admit it. Gotcha. You know what? Let me replace the USB-C port. Yeah, because I see one pin bent out of shape. So let me just start with that. If you guys can see that on the left side. Let me see if I can get it in focus. There's like a pin that's off. I'm gonna go ahead and replace that. Oh snap. What was the latest Nintendo Switch issue he resolved? I'm curious. I need to know the way. Alright, let's go back to the overhead camera. Alright, let's try this new flux. I don't think I would start there. I would start by probing. Yes, I did probe earlier and did notice that there was a short on the board. So I did that off stream. But one thing I noticed was the USB-C port was damaged. So I can't even test if I make a change without this being swapped out. So I kind of want to just knock it out, get it out of the way. So that way if I do find a short and replace a component, I'll be able to charge it enough so I can see. Was that the fuel gauge the other day? I did APU NAND swap on an OLED board yesterday. Had a bad APU before. It's now working, but blue screen of death. There's one torn pad that I'll need to jump from RAM. Should be good after that. Oh, nice, dude. Let's see how this flux does. It's not true triple R. Even I don't know all the current draw issues. I keep forgetting though. Alright. Old USB-C port is out in the e-waste container. Here, let me inspect it. Keep missing it, I keep getting interrupted. Those pins look really good, so that's nice. Guess it makes sense to them. So I get this swapped. cool. I'm sleeping and just woke up before arriving. So I have a Nintendo Switch motherboard that was water damaged. I believe I found a short last time I worked on this, but I have no way of testing if I fix it. So I'm replacing the USB-C port because it was damaged. And that way I can run my testing. Jeez, it sounds like it's about to rain something fierce. Let me start running my meter around in diode mode. Put my meter here. I do have a way to test it. I have the rest of the unit. So far, no shorts around. The BQ chip. Alright, so I have a question for Swindon. I don't have another motherboard easily accessible to me. I could take apart another switch and use it as a reference switch. Here, and I will go to the microscope cam. So I'm around this IC right here. Guessing this is the max. Let's see. Get that in focus. It's the max 77 chip. I'm noticing some shorts around it. So in particular, but I don't know if that's to be expected. I doubt it, but let me get your opinion. It's my first time leveraging the chat ever. At least it's probably not the APU. That'd be nice. So there's these like 4 large capacitors. I'm assuming they're capacitors, not like ferrite beads, around this Max 77 chip. Let them come on Discord with you. Normal? Really? So like, if I measure across them, me reading a short is normal? Let's see what he says. Let's see what he says. That's okay. So they are low impedance inductors. Yeah, inductors are low impedance, so they are inductors. Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay, the inductors are low impedance. So these are all inductors, at least the large ones. And they kind of have a different like coding to them. So I'm reading a short between or across this capacitor. Is that a capacitor or an inductor? Let me get your guys' thoughts. Put that hand down. That's messed up. These all seem to be doing the same thing. You know what? Let me take this cover. Look, Discord. Alright, let me look at. Let me see where you guys are chatting at. Pretty sure this cover pops off. Let me see. Dude, it is raining cats and dogs right now. Hopefully I don't lose power. Sometimes that happens. If I do, I want to say it was a good stream before it happens. Right, so that's what I saw earlier, Dave. I saw it was reading a short. I don't want to say with certainty that it is a short. It could just be low impedance. So I'm gonna try reassembly and test so I can put the red on ground, poke around. So far, I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary. Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna say. Our multimeter on screen. Yeah, having this guy. Let me see if I can, like, get this thing to stand still. Hopefully it doesn't fall over. If you guys have a way of like putting your multimeter on screen, like even if it's a digital one, just getting the numbers. I think I've seen that on Lewis Rossman's stream or video way back in the day. I'll have to look into doing that because that'll make it nicer if it's just on the screen. Then I don't have to worry about keeping the meter in frame. Maybe there's like a USB or PC style one or something. I put them on the scope cam, but then we can't see what you're poking on. Gotcha. Here, let me change it. Swindon has one? Okay. I'll probably get in touch with him to see if I can get that for the stream. I feel like it would be better. So far, I'm not seeing anything crazy. Only the ammeter I do, not the multimeter. I gotcha. So for current draw. Hey, player one. Good to see you, man. We need to find out if you have voltages to the M92. It's an inductor. Camry 1.6 volts. Voltage drop. The Swindlers. Is this the M92? Yeah, this is the M92. Here, I'm gonna probe around the M92 on cam, and then you guys let me know if you see anything that's unorthodox. I think at this point you guys probably have more troubleshooting with the switch. I've seen videos, but I've never had to do it myself yet, so this is fun. Hey Ace, appreciate you stopping by. Voltage drop. See, has your PLD meter got his signature on it? Yeah, I replaced the USB-C port already. Hey, something to have you look at my Sega CDX power supply. It's acting out. The power supply when I plug it in is quite warm. Okay. See you everywhere now. Gotcha. So far, so good. Alright, let me keep going. Okay, yeah, I can take a look at that player one. It's probably like old thermal grease or something. Kind of like the ColecoVision power supply that I rebuilt. .4 volts. 0.4. Ground side. 0.5. 0.3. I'm not seeing any shorts yet on both sides of these caps. 0.6. 0.6. 6. 6. 0.4. Ground side. Can you check the fuse between USB-C and the M92? Fuse. You might have to direct me towards that fuse. Here, let me clean up the board and get this thing back in focus. Right above the port. Okay. Oh, I see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, I see it. It's right here. This guy. Fuse is good. I'm not seeing anything crazy. I think we might have power. I might redo this USB-C port. Man, I'm not a Switch expert, but it appears good so far. Okay. Can you test power with it not connected to the rest of the unit? Just the way it is, like motherboard exposed? Genuine question. I like this. This is cool collabing with you guys. I usually just do stuff solo dolo when I'm troubleshooting. Maybe I should troubleshoot more on stream. To give the battery power and check the BQ. Okay. Let me see if I still have the Switch battery around. Alright, let's see if I can do that in a simple way. Alright, battery is connected. Repair community helps, not hurts. I appreciate that. Alright, let's check around the BQ chip, which I believe is way over here. Yeah, here's the BQ chip. I'm going to try to be as careful as possible not to short any pins with my leads. And I will change the camera. When I bought a broken one. Nice. Player one, I did not watch the direct, but I did see highlights from other YouTubers that I watch. I think the main thing that I saw was like people were upset that a lot of the new games are going to be key cards. So, and you know me, I'm not a fan of no key card. Like I want to own my games. I feel like that's not too much to ask. That's not ridiculous. Okay, 0 volts. I'm trying to see where should I get a voltage. 0.057. .2.5 volts at this spot. As long as they still use HDMI. Gotcha. So I'm reading 2.5 volts at this particular capacitor on the right side of this cap. How does that sound to you guys? That's the only place I see voltage. You should have 5 or 6 somewhere. I wonder if the... get too close to those pins. Oh, only 2.5 at this cap. Or the coil. That or the coil. Yeah, I checked the coil on both. Well, it doesn't matter which side, but I get 0.067. So like 60 millivolts. Or 66 millivolts. Yes, no, 60 millivolts is right. Should be about 4 volts if charging. Gotcha. Let's get 0.6. Probably need the Frankies. Oh yeah, the Frankenstein mod. Is it plugged in? Yes. I have it plugged in. It's right there. So I'm not sure. And then I have the battery plugged in too.